This is Rajo, the controversial author. Today we're going to be reading on a subject about love. Excuse me, the great love of your life wanted me to tell you something. It's the title of this video. However, the chapter is called Loving Touch. We're going to be reading out of the book, The Answers, the Lost Book of Knowledge from the Garden of Eden, written by Rajo. You can always follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under Rajo the Writer. Got less than 10 minutes? Let's get started. Please forgive my reading. I'm not that good, so need a little work in that area. Alright, let's get started. If you ask me what I love the most, I would probably say my kids, mother, father, sisters, brothers, and friends. The problem is that you can't join in union with them. They can't feel lonely times with moon-changing moments. For that, you need another. Even the Bible says to honor thy wife before thy mother. To achieve and try to answer the call without fail, you have to know a few things. It's funny when you think about it. Over 50,000 books have been written trying to outline the path through the maze of love. 50,000. How many did you read? Did they work? They are good reads, but they always seem to leave something out. When you buy a home, neither the seller nor the real estate agents tells you how to keep up the maintenance, fix the plumbing, or keep up its beauty. But how can you know? We ask the elders how did they do it, yet it cannot be measured by their success. They came up in a different time. Ours requires a different formula. When you're dating, you follow a pattern. I call it the process. You meet, then you take the time to get to know each other. From there, you wing it. It is at that moment that your union passes or fails. Even if it passes all the tests, it can still fall apart. We scroll down farther and go, there is a new process that I want you to introduce you to. It's new style love. Phase 1 calls for you to love someone more important than anyone. When we are still in our mother's wombs, we are in a fetal position. Before you have met your first someone, you spend time wrapping your arms around yourself. Throughout this book, you will see one key word: you, you, you. The theme is true that a person can't love anyone until they love themselves. It sounds easy to do, but it's not. Why so important? Well, it has been a secret until now. Follow the logic. Love for another feeds off the love that you have for yourself. When a person is exposed to those vibes, they can't help but to love you too. Name a star that you love and rest assured that they love themselves more. You should love yourself first because God thought enough of you to bring you here. No one is here without a purpose. Some lose their way, but it still lies there waiting for them to fulfill it. We scroll down we're going to keep going right here. A person is designed to give their child all of the love they can. But love yourself second and you will disrespect yourself first. They will become an adult and you will become the child. And when they are 15 or so, they will show you just how much they appreciate it. Put love for a mate in front of yours and there will be huge consequences. When you open the door so wide that they can always go in first, you always allow betrayal, deceit, and abuse to follow in right behind them. Now you just went from second to fifth in a race that you already were not winning. When it is 3 against 1, it is hard to get back on top. You should have such love because you are unique. Everyone has a duplicate in this world, yet they are still not the same. The ways that one's laugh, a birthmark, mole on the nose, dimples, little taller, shorter, darker, lighter, and so on. Each individual has their own signature. Either way that it comes together, one thing is for sure, you are beautiful. How do you know? Well, every soul is. The soul is not human. It wasn't created one night while listening to the baritones of a great singer and cuddling. It doesn't have to have the perfect nose or muscles. The soul doesn't have an hourglass shape or starry eyes. It is what it is. So whether you're 400 pounds, think that you're not smart, or are convinced that you are not attractive, you now know that you are gorgeous. Also, there is one other thing. That is the debt that you owe. Each second of any bad time that you experience place a debt on you. Simply put, if you don't love yourself after all that you have been through, then it was all for nothing. Phase 2 asks, did you clean out your closet? You're about to make a transition. Sooner or later, you're going to have to accept that the past relationships are gone. They may hang on as friends, but that is for another day. If you are blessed with sudden great wealth and you are not prepared for it, you will lose it all and end up with nothing to show for it. So the old must be put aside for the new. Can you imagine a new love hanging their clothes in a closet still filled with the clothes from a former love? So now that you have cleaned out your closet, achieve self-love, and have gotten reacquainted with the new you, abandon the idea of romance for the time being. Now we kind of skipped something there, and what we skipped was we're getting reacquainted with yourself. During any relationship, you always tend to lose a part of yourself. Therefore, you have to take the time to get to know the new you. Maybe add a few characteristics that you may like and delete some that you don't. But either way, there's always a change in you, whether you notice it or not. So you have to take that valuable time to get to reacquainted with yourself. So I'm going to reread that opening so we'll be on the same page. So now that you have cleaned out your closet, achieved self-love, and have gotten reacquainted with the new you, abandon the idea of romance for the time being. You didn't see that coming, did you? This is the point where mistakes are made. Stay with the process. A known fact of man is that when you want something badly, you will never get it. You may get a substitute, but if you were going to accept less, you would never have picked up this book. You ever notice that when the icebox is full of food, you are hungry, but when it is empty, you are starving? It's human nature. Lust for cash and you will get change. Yearn for a mate and here comes Charlie the loser. Stay the course. Be patient. All of your work that thus far is heading somewhere, but not if you resort to your old ways of thinking. If you could it could take you years to get back where you were before you allow someone to take you off course. No, now's the time for you to concentrate on bettering yourself. Move towards growth and accomplishment every day. You see, that's where you want to meet your mate, on the way up. If you run into them along the way, that means they were heading in your direction. Common ground. Insist on meeting them that way. You don't have time to go down side roads with Charlie. It's your time. You don't want it all muddied by the unpaved roads off of the highway that you've worked hard to avoid. Okay, keep going here. If you look at all of the great couples of history, you will see a connection. They met each other on the way up. They took each other's hands and their forces were combined. Together, their individual planes turned